Education, Leadership Summit and Top Education Landscape. Today I have with me Niyati Chitkara, the Director of Chitakara International School. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Namaskar, BW community. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
We're really happy to have you here.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you. Thank you.
First question to you would be, can you tell me a little bit about Chitakara International School and your own journey? Like, how did you get started with this?
So this journey actually started 20 years back with a very, very young novice team who had no idea how schools were run. They were non-B.Ed, they had no education background, somebody MBA, somebody media, somebody fashion. So different, people from different backgrounds, they assembled together and they started dreaming of coming up with one of the best schools of the country few years down the line with the right value system. So because we didn't know anything, we started studying schools. And once we started studying schools, we were very clear we are not going to copy anything. So eventually what we found was, instead of building a K to 12 school, we built an Ulta school. So Ulta school would mean we already have 2 universities by our side. So we came up with a reverse model of education, started from PhD to Playway. So university to K education format. So that's about the story, and I've been there since inception. And my journey has also been like, starting from, I'm born on Teachers Day, by the way. So I'm a born teacher. The day I've opened my eyes, I've been teaching people, community around me, formally, informally, both. But, I'm a person from commerce background. So when I eventually entered into school education, I was like, what am I going to do with kids? I mean, it's all about debit, credit, balance sheet that I've been studying. But eventually, it became my passion and it got evolved over the years. And now it's my lifeline. I just live for it, live by it. And it has been a journey where, I did my bachelor's, master's and PhD along with working at the school level. And the unique part about my journey, learning journey is that whatever I have studied, I have applied on my school. So my PhD thesis is not a dead document, guys. It is a very, very active showcase of the kind of research work that me and my team has done over these years.
So should we call you Dr. Chitkara then?
Absolutely, I'm a proud recipient. I'd love to hear that. Yeah.
So, Dr. Chitkara, you did mention this interesting reverse model because a lot of the things that people speak about gaps are usually between school and university, academia and industry.
Right.
So, this reverseness also kind of helps that. But can you tell me some of the steps you took to ensure that this gap between school and university could be filled as much as you could?
Have you ever heard, university professors coming and teaching in school? Have you ever heard university alumni and university students coming and teaching junior students? Have you ever heard a 5th standard child teaching a 4th standard child? Have you ever heard university and school filing joint patents together? So recently we filed 18 plus patents thanks to the university hand holding us and also the school teacher and the teamwork of students and the school teachers together. Also, have you ever heard, any university kind of, coming up with, a joint calendar? It's kind of impossible. Universities work in a different format, schools work in a different format. They have no synergy whatsoever. And NEP, at the beginning of the vision document, actually talks about bridging the gap between school education and higher education together. So eventually, so it's now, it's the vision of our founders, Dr. Chitkara, Dr. Madhu Chitkara, the value system, the entire ecosystem that they've built. So eventually, it starts from the university and it eventually percolates down to all the levels at the school. So that's how it functions.
So that's brilliant to hear. And we've been talking to a lot of people about NEP 2020, and a lot of people do tell us, we've been doing these things for a long time, and we can see why. Obviously the government gets inspiration from what's already happening, and also maybe things that they can add on to it. Is there anything in the NEP or any other policy, for that matter, that you have drawn any inspiration from or are planning to add on?
See, there are a lot of inspiration and key points and keywords that are beautifully mentioned in NEP and must be mentioned in other policies also. It definitely talks about something which is very, very progressive, is employment opportunities and internships for school students. Hello guys, all over the world we don't have any internships happening across the globe. So this is something which is so progressive. See, our country needs employment. We need to generate opportunities for our future learners. And it can only happen when we start creating opportunities as well. So it's not about job seekers, but it's all about job creators as well. And schools are also the center for creating jobs. You can allow your students to work into your ecosystem, into the ecosystem where your partner organizations, are working together on a collaborative front. You can also work for NGOs, for community around you. So there's so much, that is possible. Like a lot of students are working with municipal corporation, a lot of students are working with university, the patents, a lot of students are working with the entrepreneurs and the CEOs and, the startup founders and also. So it's very, very inclusive and it's very, very progressive. So I think that's the employment is the key word, I'm very, very fond of. And, that's the vision, we all work for.
Absolutely. And during this time, because you did mention you came from a commerce background and you weren't really sure how to go about it, but then obviously you got used to it and there was a journey there. How has your perception on education changed over your time working with Chitakara International School or with the Chitakara group for that matter?
There has been a significant transformation. Chitakara as an organization has a very well-defined charter, first of all. And we all work to, as all the important stakeholders, students are the central part of, our ecosystem. The education where I come from, there was a lot of distance between the learner and the teacher. But in this format, it's absolutely different. It's very well bonded. It's very well connected. Where there's a lot of teamwork, there's a lot of synergy, and also there's a lot of flipping that happens. So teacher can learn from students. Students can learn from teachers. So it is the the discussion is both ways. It's interactive. It's engaging, and it's future centric, and it's data driven. It is scientific. It is not just that we're talking about boards. It's beyond boards. It's towards the sustainability. It's towards the independence. So that is where I see the difference, and that is where my evolution has also gone through these kind of stages. We have a wonderful theory, on which we train our teachers. It's a very famous theory called Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory, and it talks about different stages of evolution of a teacher. So starts about with the explain stage and the model stage and the scaffolding stage and finally the independent stage. So it just matches to somebody who boards the flight. So जैसे कोई flight board करता है तो what do we do? पहले boarding होती है, फिर check-in होता है, फिर the people sit inside and then the flight goes up and then there's a stable stage, stationary stage, and then it lands down. So taxi, takeoff, stables, landing, all these stages are part of the evolution that I've also been through. So my journey is not a straight journey. It has gone through its own ups and downs. But thanks to the founders and the community around, they really took care of us and didn't let us falter. So Chitakara University has been a strong backbone in that respect. And my team, of course, you're nothing without your core team. So that is something, I have no words actually I can't thank them enough for what they've done for me and for the institutions at Chitakara. So truly indebted, guys. Thank you.
I think we can all definitely feel the passion that you come into the education field with.
Thank you.
I just have one more question for you.
Okay, please.
Your personal philosophy on education.
My personal philosophy on education revolves around teacherness, I feel teacher can do a lot. Lots is there in her hand. We've gone to Google, we've gone to all the ed tech platforms. We have fantastic, innovation coming and going. But everything boils down to how innovative the teacher is and how supportive the teacher is. I've seen students really getting changed. There's a significant behavior modification once a teacher beautifully handholds the student. So my philosophy is that, don't let the teacherness get out of your system. Alter the DNA of teacher education, and there comes, a lot of changes, beautiful changes in the school education landscape. So that is what my philosophy is.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. We're totally honored. Thanks, BW. It really means a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye.